What's up YouTube, Keegan from Tech Shows You Media here, and in today's quick video, we'll be going hands-on with iOS 7 on my iPhone 4S. Now this is the first developer preview of iOS 7, so that means this is a beta. So it's not super stable, but it's stable enough to use on a daily basis, and it's also stable enough for me to show it off to you today. So first of all, I'm going to start with the lock screen. First things first, we have obviously a very simple and clean lock screen. There's no slide to unlock bar anymore, simply some slide to unlock text. Now you can slide along the text to unlock your device, but you can actually slide anywhere on the screen. Here I'm grabbing it in the middle, you can even move diagonally. And then as you unlock it, you can see all of the icons fly in like that in a nice animation. I really like that. Now the first thing you're going to notice probably is that there is no spotlight search over to the left. As you can see, I'm trying to move over there and it just doesn't allow it. Now instead what you do is you move down. You swipe down to do it, and then you can search for whatever you want. I'll search for my name. We will hit search. Now search is a bit laggy and slow right now only because it is a beta and it's not perfect yet. So as you can see, it's not showing me any results. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. That's just one of the bugs I've run into. Now as we can see, we have these folders here on the home screen, which you open up. They can fit 9 apps in a folder, but the good thing is you can have multiple pages with 9 apps. So as you can see, you can then page across inside of that folder. So here I have the music apps on one page, and then I have the video apps on the next page. And of course, for adding an app to a folder is pretty easy. Just like before, you simply drag it between the pages and then hold it over the folder and then drop it right in. Now it is a bit more difficult to add it to the second page of a folder, because if you drag it too far, the folder will close, but there, as you can see, I got that videos app onto the second page. I'm going to go ahead and close that now. Now, if I were to go ahead and launch an app, say we'll launch Google Maps, as you can see, it has a nice animation where it kind of expands out from the middle. Now, this is all part of Apple's layering effect in iOS 7 to make it seem more three-dimensional than iOS 6 was, and it is definitely far from the flat design we had thought was coming. So now if I quit it, as you can see, it will kind of collapse back down into all of the apps. So as you can see right here, I just got a text message, and if you swipe down on that, it fades into an actual notification, and then Notification Center fades in around it in the transparent design. So as you can see here, we have Notification Center. It is a transparent and blurry design, and you can simply clear notifications as you have before. But now, if I go over here to the Today tab, you can see we have today's date, and then today's current weather, and if you tap on that, it will launch you into the weather app. But more on that later. I'll go back here. We can see we have the calendar and then the stocks plus tomorrow's events if I have any events scheduled for tomorrow. Now over here is the All tab, you already saw that, and over here is the Misc tab. So this is notifications you have not even seen yet. Now these are ones that may have came in while your phone was locked or while you were away. And now I can go ahead and close this just by hitting X and clear and swiping back up. Now here on the weather app, it's very nice. You can page between different apps, but if you hit this info button, it shows all of your weather locations at once in a nice little view. Now here everything is partially cloudy or sunny, so it's nothing too interesting, but here we can see in Sioux Falls it is raining, and we have a nice little rain animation going on in the background, as you guys can see here on your screen. We can then add a new location, so let's add San Francisco. And as you guys can see here, the keyboard is also new. It has a much lighter, it looks like some sort of Helvetica font. So let's go ahead and add San Francisco, California. As we can see, there is a new location added right now. Now this data does come from Yahoo and the Weather Channel. Now back over here to Notification Center. If we go onto the lock screen, as you guys can see I'm on right now, if I swipe down, there is Notification Center right there. Now you can disable this if you think this would be a security flaw, being able to access all of your notifications from the lock screen, which I think it could be, but seeing as I don't have a passcode anyways, there's really no reason for me to be too worried about that. Now here back on the home screen, I can actually swipe up to the control center. Now here we have a volume control, brightness control, as well as a bunch of system toggles such as do not disturb, orientation lock, Bluetooth, and airplane mode. We also have a nice flashlight function. You can't see, but it turns on the back LED. We have these shortcuts to camera, calculator, and clock. So I'll go ahead and hit the calculator shortcut now, and it simply launches the calculator with another nice animation to make it give that 3D effect. And of course, if you rotate this, it does show you the scientific calculator. I'm not going to go into that right now because that would screw up this video, and you don't want to see a bunch of upside down video. So next thing we're going to go into is Safari. So as you guys can see right here, it has a much cleaner UI as everything else does in this OS. So as you guys can see, we have the unified search and website address bar, and with a bunch of tabs of our recently visited sites. So I'll go here to Tech Shows You, and we can visit our website on this iPhone in Safari. Now over here is the tabs option. We have this nice tabs where we can like fly through the different tabs that are open, as well as see what is open on my MacBook Pro as well as on my iPad. So that's definitely a nice design feature for Safari. Now I'm going to move on into the settings app. You guys may have seen this a little bit earlier, but it's simply just a different design. Nothing too special or fancy, but it is redesigned, and we have the clean design just like the rest of the OS. Now over here, I'm going to show you guys the wallpapers. So we have the brightness and wallpaper section. So what we can do is we can set a still, or we have these dynamic wallpapers, which I'm using right now, which as you guys can see, I'll go ahead and quit to my home screen. They actually are moving. If I tilt my device, they move as the device is tilted. Now, as you guys can see right now, I'm holding my device upside down. Well, sorry, actually, you can't see that. But you guys can see the dots move as I tilt my device. It is now right side up, and they move back down. Here, it's sideways, and then sideways again, and they just kind of move around depending on how I have it tilted, which is really nice. But if you don't like that movement, Apple does offer some still wallpapers. Like, this is one of my favorites on here. I will set this as both. It's as simple as that, and then we have the home screen set. Now, one thing Apple does have is a cool way where when you tilt your device, you can see what is underneath the icons, so to speak, as though it was actually two different layers. So the icons in the wallpaper actually move, but sadly, while I am airplaying and recording my screen, it does not do that feature, so I can't really show that off to you. Maybe I'll be posting a video recorded with my DSLR camera in a little bit that will show off some features that are not available while screen recording. Next feature we'll go to is the phone. We're just going to go ahead and see the design changes here. We have the keypad, which I really like. As you click on it, it actually shows through what your wallpaper is underneath, which I am a big fan of. I really think that looks awesome, and I just think that's a great design. Up here's the delete button. It's a bit hard to find, but you can get used to it. Say I want to block Abraham. I'm going to go over here to his contact, and I'm going to scroll down a little bit, and I can see the field block this caller. I'll go ahead and click that, and I can block phone calls, messages, and FaceTime calls from Abraham. So, goodbye Abraham, I can now get nothing from you. Here I'm going to go ahead and unblock it now so that he can contact me again. And now that it's pretty simple to unblock and block callers, which is a good feature that Apple has chosen to include. It's definitely a feature we've been wanting for a long time, and it has been around on apps such as iBlacklist and Cydia if you have a jailbroken iPhone. Next up, I want to show you guys the music app. So if I go ahead into the music here, we can see it launches the screen, and it's definitely a very clean look. There we go, it just loaded up. So we have the songs in my playlist purchased, and if I go ahead and play a song right here, I'm going to go ahead and hit play on that. You can see here that it has the volume control, as well as here is the music progress, and then we have pause and fast forward. Here is the repeat song option, where I can repeat off, repeat song, or repeat playlist. Now if I go over here to the lock screen, you guys can see here that it shows the album art underneath the text. Now in some cases this makes it difficult to see the text on the lock screen, in other cases it doesn't. In this case it works okay. Here if I double click the home button, it brings up volume controls, but it also brings up a progress slider for the song right here. Now another issue I've seen is a lot of times it's hard to get this volume button and the slider to work. As you can see right now, it's trying to unlock whenever I try to swipe on anything. So just another bug that I've come across, but again, this is a beta developer preview, so nothing should be perfect yet, and I did not expect it to be. Now another main anticipated feature is iTunes Radio. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that now. So why don't I go ahead and start a station off of my favorite Daft Punk song, Get Lucky. So we'll go ahead and start up a station, and it will play a song. So here's the song Sophie Needs a Ladder by Deadmau5, and I can favorite this song right here, and then I can say to play more like this, never play this song, or add it to my iTunes wish list. So I'll say play more songs like this because this is a good song. And I can then fast forward the song if I don't like it, and I can skip on over. So that's an ad playing right now. And then as that ad is done, it moves back over to our next song. And we can simply tap on the buy now button if we would like and buy the song directly from within the radio program. Now, for me, I'm probably going to be sticking with Pandora only because my car syncs up with Pandora and connects to it, which makes it very easy to like and dislike songs. But Apple Radio is definitely a viable replacement. And who knows, maybe I'll get a liking of it soon and I will end up switching over to it. Let me go ahead and pause this music for you real quick. And again, I'm going to show you guys you can just simply swipe up on the bottom and then pause your music right from there, even if it is playing in the radio. So over here we have the Newsstand app, and as you guys can see, it is inside of a folder. Now that is a feature we have all wanted for a long time also, because many of us don't even use Newsstand. As you guys can see right here, I have nothing in it. So I had to stick it inside my utilities folder, and that's that. It's hidden pretty much forever until I need it. Here we have the clock. I really like this clock app. I think it looks really nice. It's definitely a design closer to what the iPad has currently on iOS 6. But now I can also go over here to the compass, and as you guys can see, it has a much better calibration screen. You simply rotate your device. You guys can't tell, but I'm rotating my device all the way around in a circle to complete the calibration. So that should have calibrated it. So let's see if our calibration is complete. There we go. Calibration is now complete, and we now have our compass along with a little level. If you swipe over, we actually do have a level here. So I'm going to go ahead and set this on my desk, and we can see my desk is perfectly level. There we go. But if I were to lift up a corner, you can see it gets a couple degrees off. There's about a degree off of being level, and then if I set it back down, it goes back down to being level. Another feature that I really like in iOS 7 is the app switcher. If you double click the home button just as it was before, it brings up an all new app switcher right here. So you guys can see we still have the normal icon tray in the bottom, but we also have these full thumbnails across the top, and we can just simply swipe up to close an app. We can even close as many as 3 apps at once with using 3 fingers. And like I already said, there are tons of things we have not covered yet in iOS 7, so why don't you guys go check out techshowsyou.com for all of those new features that you missed on this video. This has been Keegan from Tech Shows You Media, and I will see you next time.